Surviving is the same thing as winning. By Please Dial 123. Chapter 22. To live. The Oto and Sunanin, hidden in the audience, were quick to reveal themselves, their opening move made with the civilians rendered unconscious and vulnerable. Kakashi killed a man who barely had time to do anything but shed his henge. Kakashi's kunai found a second throat only a moment after that, slitting him from ear to ear as he tried to go for a civilian. Kakashi heard distant rumbles of explosions, felt the static in the air as jutsu rose. He knew the majority of Konoha shinobi were already in place, ignorant genin and chunin having coincidentally been assigned missions at vulnerable choke points. The hospital had somehow mistakenly gotten 4 teams of chunin assigned to each wing instead of 1 team. The academy had teams of chunin guests, all scheduled to show flashy moves to the kids. The civilian market had been assigned more genin than normal to street clean. All over Konoha, the shinobi forces had been strategically placed to best help, and all the shinobi in Konoha knew exactly how to act in the case of direct attack. They had been drilled over and over and over, in the academy and outside of it. How lucky for Konoha civilians that the evacuation tunnels had been recently resecured, had been restocked, and it had reminders discreetly sent out to major families on their entrances. How lucky for Konoha civilians that every genin in Konoha had had recent drills on how to evacuate citizens and secure evacuation tunnel entrances. How lucky for Konoha that a great deal of security tags had been rewritten and attached to the walls. How lucky for Konoha that every active shinobi who could be spared had been recalled. Kakashi snapped a man's neck and smiled a vicious, satisfied smile as he heard the sound of explosions repelled by security seals along the outer wall. Only 10 people knew how the defenses on the outer wall had been reworked in the past 2 weeks. Only someone, say a trader who had abandoned Konoha over a decade ago, would be expecting the older usual defenses. Kakashi pulled his tanto free and lunged for Team 10. He was vicious in a way he had not been in years. There was no careful restraint, no smoothing the edges of his moves. Instead, Kakashi lunged, all unleashed brutality and deadliness. The 3 nin looming over Team 10 all fell with their throats cut to the bone. "Are you okay?" Kakashi asked. Sasuke nodded, sharp and honest, face set and grim. He had a kunai in hand, his Satsuma in the other, ready to defend. At his feet, looking wide-eyed and scared, was Yamanaka Ino, Akibishi Choji, and Nara Shikamaru, unprepared and flounderingly, though Kakashi caught the glimpse of a shadow retreating, so maybe not completely caught off guard. Naruto's roar rang across the arena, loud and challenging as it echoed, and over 100 of him flooded into the gallery. Many leaping into the ring where Kakashi couldn't afford to focus. Sakura had Naruto and Gemma to back her up, and a seal that could stop even Gaara in his tracks. An explosion shook the far wall as a Naruto clone handily took out a Jonin with an explosive tag strapped to his chest. "Go to Sakura!" Kakashi ordered Sasuke. "Protect your team and then work outwards. First priority is civilians!" Sasuke was gone, air sparking with electricity. "Protect the civilians! Head toward the academy!" Kakashi barked at Team 10. "For Konoha!" They rallied quickly, snapping off salutes. "For Konoha!" Then he was lunging at a set of enemies who suddenly realized who they were facing. He got one look at their terrified eyes before Guy hit them like a wrecking ball, leaving Kakashi to go at the backs of 4 ninja behind him. Behind him, from the ring, came screams. In front of him, in the city, came screams. Above him, behind purple barriers, were screams. Kakashi roared his challenges as he went for the throat of his enemies. Bang! Bang! Finding his students proved quite easy in the aftermath. There was smoke in the air and blood on the ground as bodies in the streets, but Kakashi only had to follow the carnage. He went past teams of Oto nin dead in the streets, burns littering their skin. "They were like demons," one man whispered reverently. "They saved me and my wife from a team of enemy ninja. The dark-haired one looked like he came straight from the fire itself, all smoke and ash." He walked past a team of men and women strewn like puppets, still hanging morbidly. "They garroted them," a chunin told him quietly, eyes still wide. "It was like a spider web of wire, all laid perfectly to trap the Oto nin." He walked past enemy nin down by arrows to the throat or eyes. "I didn't even sense them," Akunorichi shook her head ruefully. I was pinned down, and then the enemy started dropping like flies. You walked past stone, and rock crumbled and ruptured, dead men pinned beneath. The girl was like a hurricane, a little girl told him like she was revealing a secret. She was so strong, she cracked the earth like a giant and blew all the bad guys away. He passed a dead snake the size of a street, its eyes glassy in death. It was like a wave of sunshine, an elderly man said, smiling. That copy thing you ninja to make fun of yourselves, all blonde and orange as he brought the snake down. And Kakashi went on, walking past the throngs of dead and feeling pride and worry in equal measures as he realized how hard his students had fought and defended their city. They had used everything he had given them: taijutsu, genjutsu, ninjutsu, and weapons. He found Sasuke's Satsuma pinning a dead enemy to the ground and retrieved it silently. He found Naruto's Hiyori ripped and abandoned in the middle of a ring of dead men and took it as well. Sakura left nothing of hers behind but the print of her fist upon the earth. She always had been more organized than the boys. When he finally found them, they were laid out across the ground like they had simply laid down for a nap amidst the destruction. The ground was torn and the trees crumpled and the ground was drinking blood. And yet they all looked peaceful, eyes closed and hands held together. Then, Kakashi! Sakura murmured, voice hoarse and hands trembling, her knuckles broken. Sensei? Naruto opened an eye, his shirt cracking with the amount of blood caking it. Sasuke said, tone oddly peaceful, even as he opened his eyes, tear tracks of blood on his pale skin. Kakashi fell to his knees and openly wept to see them alive. Did we do good, Sensei? Sakura asked, even as she tangled her broken fingers in his shirt. We totally beat the snot out of the enemy, Naruto breathed. Elder Turkey, Sasuke added with a grunt. Kakashi simply wept to see them. They curled around him as if to reassure him and held him as he was racked with sobs, guilty and proud of what his students had accomplished. Team 7 had survived the chunin exams. End of. Surviving is the same thing as winning by Please Dial 123. If you enjoyed this recording or the content, feel free to leave a comment below or a review at the original story from the link in the descriptions. Thank you for listening. Also, thanks for any members who support me on a monthly basis. Pure Angel, Loz, Sam Trusty, Wolfram Walker, Nikki V, Kay Dankert, Frog Girl, Mackenzie Schaff, Catherine Robinson, Pearl Evans, Diana Carmona, Ahsoka Tano, Nina Shadow Slayer, Louise McBride, Luna Stockpole, Razy Gypsy Girl, Melissa Grube, Anissa Hernandez, Snowcat, Tim LeBlanc, Theron St. John, Tristan Ward, Helen Hunt, Snyando, Jort20 Game, Crystal Kaur, Wolf Girl 1234, RJ Ramos, Addicted to Books, Kim Board, Tara Ward, Danielle Leonard, Helena Brailsford, Samira Williams, Student MHA 26, Nicole Barilli, and Azriel Darkheart. Thank you for your continuing support.